let's talk a little bit about materials and finding some of those and where that kind of side of the story began.
Yeah. We went through and looked at, I don't feel like we had any kind of limitations to materials in terms of fabrics that we would use. We had some ideas of what we would want. Like you mentioned, we want it to dry quickly. And so that means a couple things. That means definitely like a fully synthetic, short, and probably polyester. And the other thing that helps things dry quickly is that it's a lightweight fabric. But through all this kind of field research of going out there in the mountains and running, we realized we don't want something that's so light that it's going to become a fragile pair of shorts. And so started looking at fabrics that had some stretch, were polyester, were woven for more durability and breathability, but maintaining breathability, but not so lightweight that they lose too much durability. And then again, like maintaining a level of durability that we could have confidence in the shorts, mile after mile, day after day in, pretty austere environments of like very, very remote backcountry settings. So that kind of guided what we were looking for in fabrics and materials. And then, we also decided that we probably wanted to just offer a lined and an unlined version. And so if we're doing a lined version, what is that liner material, liner fabric? What's that look like? And so we kind of went on a search to find a liner fabric that is going to do what we wanted it to do.
Yeah, the liner fabric that we used is this stretch jersey mesh. It's a phenomenal mesh. I personally haven't had a similar mesh on any other product of my own. And I remember when we first got a hold of that, we're like, wow, this is it. Like this, it was a very instant, like love at first sight scenario for me. Because it has both the breathability aspect of it, but it also has a very good retention. Some meshes, they get wet and they can really start to bag out or lose shape. I've had really good success with this in terms of durability and also in terms of it holding its shape.
Yeah, so the mesh that we ended up using, another benefit, or I guess another really good property of it, is for this application and where we put it in the shorts, for being a mesh, it's not like a see-through mesh, which is important because it's in the crotch, right? So it's a full crotch gusset and on the outside of the legs and in the pockets. But it's just really cool because it looks solid from a distance, but if you hold it up to light, you can see the all the breathable space in the mesh, and so it's
that includes both when it's wet and dry.
Yeah, like
we've tested it both ways.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, and we did, and we've tested different colors to kind of make sure that there's not going to be any visible discomfort issues in terms of it being too transparent. But it's a cool mesh. It definitely does exactly what we were looking to do.
Then the polyester, the woven polyester that we ended up using, I've been super happy with that. It's a really, really lightweight polyester. The shorts themselves, let's just go ahead and give the weights on these because it's worth noting. So without a liner, they're 4.4 ounces. And with the liner, they're 5.4 ounces.
For a medium, yeah.
Size medium. So like if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. But like you can roll these things up and they're dang near the weight and size of like a boxer, like just a pair of underwear. Especially if it's like a cotton pair of underwear or something like that. They're incredibly light. But a part of with the fabric side that's just so awesome, besides them being so light, is they do just dry at a ridiculously fast rate. So if you're like me and you're going to saturate out a pair of shorts at some point during a day from effort and sweat or moisture from rain or whatever, there's a solid, very good chance that they will completely re-dry during the day, maybe even over a lunch period.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's just a phenomenal quick drying piece. They do have a DWR coating on them, which at first, like, we kind of tested it and we're thinking about it, and it's not so much to, like, I don't know, not like the rain shorts, right?
Right.
But like, even sweat falling off of your body will glance off of the shorts and not necessarily just absorb straight in. And then in some ways, I think that it can help also just with how fast it dries. I don't know if that's true or not, but they do dry really fast, and the DWR kind of does shed some of that moisture off, which is at first I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then after time I was like, no, this is really reducing the amount of sweat just staying or landing and staying in the short.
Yeah.
So we've got those aspects. Obviously, they're stretching. It's a four-way stretch.
Yeah, four-way mechanical stretch.
So there's no spandex in here. And one of the big things I love about that is, if you're me and Brigham, who've been testing these for a long time now, you wear them to the gym every day. And if you've ever had a pair of gym shorts, specific like gym shorts, like I have a pair from a very well-known brand, and there's so much spandex in them, and the materials are so heavy that they just hold moisture. Like, if I was to go to the gym, get all sweaty in the morning, I can put them like hanging up throughout the workday, and I can come home and they'll still be wet at the end of a workday. And some of that has to do with the materials. Sometimes it's spandex, sometimes it's the thicknesses, etc. But the lack of spandex and the lack of them being a heavy material really, and their quick drying nature really lends them to be very odor resistant. So multi-day efforts, like Brigham talked about, sometimes like just using one pair of shorts for multi-day fast packing trips, or for us, when you're going on a 100-mile through hike or something like that, using one pair of shorts the whole time without developing ridiculous amounts of odor is a real thing, just by the properties of them staying dried, being able to dry out, and not just build bacteria by accumulating a bunch of moisture in it. So the fabric itself has just been, to me, tremendous. I've been very, very happy with both the mobility, the durability, quick dry nature of it.